I just got here and it's time to talk about Mashle. And again, what a fun episode. The comedy hits again the right spots, at least for me. But also this time we have NOT Quiditch with the duello match, and a very interesting outcome to that. Kind of expected, but I liked how they got to that victory. And also towards the second half of the episode, we meet a very interesting character in Lance Crown, and I'm curious about the relationship between him and Mash that is gonna come forward. And it reminds me of a series which we're also gonna get to. So yeah, again, a very, very solid episode, and I'm just laughing so much every time the jokes are landing, at least for me. So let's get into it and talk about it with the match of NOT Quiditch duello, with everybody wanting Mash to fly, especially Tom being very pushy and hyper energetic, and Mash not knowing how to handle him. And we see that Tom cares quite a lot about duello, but he also gets taken out very fast. So somebody tackles him, one of the other players there on the opposing team being quite an asshole a bit, and this gives room for Mash to take center stage. And the way he flew kind of reminds me a bit of Sanji from One Piece. He giga jumps into the air and moves his feet very fast. So he's stepping on air, pretending to use the broom there. Yeah, that's a interesting way of flying, just for Mash. But this is where the way he wins, it's just, what are you even gonna do against that? Doesn't matter how good you are. You have him just throwing that. It felt like I was watching a baseball match there. From the mound, he throws that one like a rocket blast, the ball there, and scores. But it scores only one, and they were down, I think, like 60 or 50 points or something like that. And even one of the girls there with the English, wow, it's amazing. But that wasn't the entire thing. What was most impressive, and I was like, that has to be humiliating there, the way Mash just destroys them. He threw it, but with an effect. That Parshad comes back with one finger, controlling it there with the throw. Comes back and he keeps doing single score after single score. And I'm like, damn, that's gotta hurt losing that. And he even breaks the scoring machine that goes to 999. So he overwins. True Giga Chad. I'm having so much fun with Mash as a character and in the series. So yeah, to say they won would be an understatement. So that was pretty much the beginning of the episode. He actually even gets a silver coin for winning this, so getting close to that divine visionary one step at a time. Tom was very happy also. But Mash kept getting a bit overwhelmed by everybody there. But this causes him to get even more attention on himself. Even got in the paper an article about what happened in the match, and somebody took notice of him, which we found later on is Lance. And honestly, I'm really liking Lance also. We're gonna get to him. Now, like I said, everybody was overwhelming Mash, Tom wanting him to practice, Lemon with a mountain of books, wanting him to study, and Finn the Betrayer, he fell asleep. Even Mash commenting left him alone. But before anything else could happen, Lance finally shows up and wants a confrontation with Mash, and he is one that has two marks on his face. We're gonna get a bit into the power system also with some reveals today. Lance was also the first at the entrance exam. And this is where things get more interesting, because he actually traps Finn, Lemon, and Tom into this magic bottle. Honey, I Shrunk the Students this time, to force Mash into this bet. But the comment that made me laugh so much was from Lemon. Being trapped with two guys poses some consent problems, or what was the word? Self-aware but oblivious at the same time. Lemon is also such a fun character, and how every time Mash does something, I want you to marry me. But this is where we see that Lance wants this bet with coins. The only bets that are allowed are with coins over here, and it's also revealed the level of magic, a bit of the power system, which I kind of knew about it before I went into the series. This was the only spoiler I had, how the power system works with the lines, not if there's something more beyond that. When you have a line, single line, you're basically part of the majority. Pretty much everybody has that. If you have double lines, you are 1 in 100,000, so chosen by magic. So Lance is pretty special to say the least. Now Lance also kind of is very confrontational with Mash over here, keeps goading him. They see things very differently, at least at the beginning. He was having his speech there about how different they are, about how he wants to do, how Mash is so soft, but Mash is just like, come on, dude, get off, be done with it, let's do this. Like, yeah, I like this type of main character. Mash is just so fun, and again, oblivious and self-aware at the same time. And here it's revealed Lance's magic and his power, gravity based, it seems, with his graviole. He starts clearing out everything around him with this huge gravity field, or whatever you wanna call it, makes room for them. But meanwhile, on the outside, we even have Regro and Brad, and Brad actually saying, I'm worried, and Regro, worried about Mash? No, about my profits. Yeah, sure. I have a feeling that Brad kind of took a liking to Mash, and I'm happy to see both of them kind of on friendly terms with Regro and Brad. I hope we'll get to see more of them. It's fun having them as observers on the outside there. Now, finally have the duel starting here. Mash instantly rushing Lance, but he gets pinned down in the ground with the gravity. Lance again with his speech, I have to be the only one, the most powerful, the guy on top, nobody's gonna stand on my way. But Mash kind of breaks that reality for him. Even though he couldn't get up, he lifts the roots and breaks the gravity there, and Lance was shocked and starts putting more gravity on Mash, but it's not gonna work. The first time he took him by surprise, but the next time he actually starts moving more and more, and actually during the scuffle he breaks his chain, actually falls off from Lance, and this was probably the funniest moment in the episode. I'm like, yes. Was a bit obvious what it was. It's revealed later on that is in fact his sister there. We're gonna get into that story, but I didn't expect this response from Ash. I'm like, he's gonna look at it, is he gonna ask, is this your sister? But no, the first thing that came out of Mash's mouth was, he's a lolicon, I have to call the police. I'm like, yes, thank you, Mash. That's such a meta, self-aware joke. That was his instant reaction. I'm like, you killed me there. Thank you for that. It's a meme. It's everything. I don't care. I love it, Mash. You're such an awesome character. But even more, what happened after that? Lance is like, no, I'm not a lolicon. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. They're gonna clear up the misunderstanding, but kind of doubles down on it a bit. I don't have a lolicon complex, I have a sister complex. And I'm like, damn, okay, he's a siscon, not a lolicon. Reminded me a bit of the mirror guy from Black Clover. That guy would be obsessed with his sister, would be an understatement to say. So Lance has his own quirk here. And even more asking, what is the most precious thing in the world? Now, I loved Mash's first response. Wrong. Lance, everything that Mash said, Lance was wrong. Human life, no. The most important thing in the world is my sister. And yeah, he's definitely a siscon. But after that, that was my second favorite moment in the episode. For the comedy was the best one. We're gonna get to my favorite moment in the episode. I wish more characters were gonna do that. But we have him threatening to throw the bottle down a cliff and amplify it with his magic. But before that, we see a flashback with his sister, how much they care for each other, and him slowly get revealed to actually be a good guy. He even saved the kid that was being bullied, even though he got into a fight because of that. His sister cares about him and reads him like an open book there. So, and she's pretty cute, and of course you would care about her. And the comment she made, I like how clumsy you are there. That's gonna be key a bit. Now, it's revealed right after that. I kind of expected this, it kind of made sense with the story, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Not everything has to be surprising, a twist and turn. I really like Lance for this. I like Anna, his sister. It's revealed that she got sick with an incurable disease that removes her mark and magic, which kind of explains his motivation here throughout the episode, saying, I'm gonna do anything and everything for her. But what really annoyed me this episode, but annoyed me in a good way, were their parents, our shit parents. Their first instinct was, instead of caring about their child, his sister, their daughter, they're being worried, hey, what can we do? They're like, meh. In 5 years she's gonna die, so she's gonna lose her mark, so we're gonna have to give her to the government. I'm like, what sort of pieces of shit do you have to be that your first instinct has to be that, instead of being worried about your child? Even though the government, the Magic Bureau did this for this society, you as parents, are you gonna value that more than your own kid? I'm like, I hope those parents go to shit, honestly. Even Lance saying, your shit parents, I'm paraphrasing a bit, you're not my parents anymore from that moment on, and his determination to do anything to save her, do anything for her. Now, after that flashback, kind of makes sense a bit more with his personality there, and he actually drops the bottle during the fight, and I really liked Mash's reaction there, dropping his clothes in his training gear over there and warming up a bit, and he actually calls out the tax names in a way, saying hamstring magic, and I'm like, okay, so he started naming his muscle magic in a way, hamstring. But what was the best moment in the episode was when he got ready there and the close-ups with him saying big bang dash, and I love this so much in characters, because Lance put him in a tough spot. You either go after the bottle and I'm gonna attack you, or you attack me and you lose your friends. And his response there, I wish more characters would do this. And even, hey, not making a choice, it doesn't matter. If you want both your cake and to eat it, you're being greedy. But so that's my type of greed. That's the type of thing I like in characters. Do both things at once. Why do you have to choose something that is shitty? Of course, in more realistic series, more seinen, more type of shows like that, you're gonna have to make a choice. Reality doesn't work like that, but in a series like this, it makes more than enough sense, and I love it for that. That's why I also like Fairy Tail. I like a lot of series where friendship, power, and things like that are there. It's all about expectations. I didn't go into a series like this wanting twists and turns like Odd Taxi for example, and watch that series. But here, when he said that Big Bang Dash and the choice of losing and the choice of not rescuing neither exist for me, I'm like, thank you. I love that in a character so much, and he just dashes instantly and grabs the bottle. And I'm like, thank you so much. Yeah, that was an awesome moment, and the way he dashed, they're just showing there's a lot more to his power that we have seen so far, and Lance was more than shocked, to say the least. and even Mash sensing after that that Lance is not actually a bad guy, and even used the fake bottle, not the one with his friends inside there. And when Lance asked him, why, how are you doing this? Why don't you want to keep fighting more? You're probably gonna win if we keep doing this. And Mash's response is kind of what I think is gonna help them bond a bit more, saying, I'm too clumsy to make rational decisions. And that's, again, very true, but also very oblivious and also self-aware at the same time. And I'm having so much fun with the series, all of the jokes, the memes. But for me, what makes me keep watching is actually Mash's personality. This is my favorite thing in the show so far, and even Lance after that, reminding him of the words that his sister told him with when she told him, I love you, how clumsy you are, and actually admits defeat, even gives him the coin there. But even Mash asks himself, what if they fought for real? And that's a very good question. This wasn't an actual fight. I hope we're gonna get proper fights also, maybe when we get into the more serious things with the series. But yeah, again, a really fun episode. And even more after that with the comedy when he lets out his friends, all of them swarming him, and he's like, maybe I should have opened the bottle later. That's a very, very good point. So yeah, awesome episode. Series is super fun. I'm curious what you guys thought about it. What was your favorite moment in the series? And when I think about it, so far we're 4 episodes in and I'm sold. I'm honestly hooked with the series so far. I hope we're gonna get more and more even after this season 1. So yeah, Mash is an awesome character. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about it, and remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Mashle. Oh, and I forgot, the series that it reminded me when I mentioned at the beginning is Iruma-kun. Make sure you watch Iruma-kun. It's amazing series. It reminds me quite a lot of Mash. So I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye.